Scorpio, hey, how are you? It's Lisa. I'm coming in to do a reading for July 2022. It's a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but take what does, leave what doesn't. All right. Thank you for popping in and checking out the video. Hope you like it and come back. And for those of you guys who've been here before, I do really appreciate it. It means a lot. All right, let's get started. Got the Queen of Cups and the Devil, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Emperor, Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look at this, and we'll clarify with a different deck. And we'll pull an oracle card at the end. All right. All right, guys, I feel like this comes up, this Queen of Cups. It's actually a representative of your energy. Now, this is male or female. That doesn't, I don't assign gender to the cards. But this is somebody who is very strong, very confident. They are very nurturing, and they want to give to people like strength. They want to be able to offer that to other people around them. They're supportive, and they feel like they're very in control of their emotions. Not that they don't want to express themselves when they get hurt, but they won't. They will kind of like hold on to it, and like it still hurts them. If something's said to them, whatever, they still get hurt, but they're kind of like not going to like just lash out. So they're more in control that way. You know, they'll think about it and plan on, you know, working it out some other way. And if they end up like having some kind of conversation with somebody about that, it's just not going to be, you know, like a lash out kind of thing. All right, and then what we have here is the Devil. Now, the theme of the month is coming up as the Devil, which is, even though it can be kind of like scary looking, but it's more of what you're still in control of it. You know, this could be certain situations. It's like, okay, you got yourself stuck into something that's not good for you, and you're having a hard time getting out of it. It could also be like the darker side of your personality, the darker side of you, basically. So I don't know, it's possible you're getting through something right now that's causing you to feel a little bit not great, but we'll figure it out as we go. Because you figure it, this is yourself, this like really nurturing, sweet, you know, reliable, supportive Queen of Cups energy, but you have whatever the theme of your month is being the Devil. I mean, it could actually be the month entire in itself. It might not even be like you. It might just be the stuff that's going on this month is kind of making you feel that way. So we'll see what we see. Yeah, okay, we'll see what we see. We'll see how it goes. All right, now this is the Two of Cups. You know, this is somebody you have a tight bond with. This could be a business partner. It could be a friend. It could be somebody you're in a relationship with. And maybe it's something where you're looking to get into a specific kind of relationship. And maybe you're trying to have, you know, like maybe you're going on dates. Maybe you're, you know, seeing who you can meet. Maybe whether you're doing like those apps or, you know, just seeing if you can run into people somewhere. I don't even know, honestly, I don't even know where people do that anymore. I wouldn't even know what to do. If I was single, I'd be like, I don't know. So, you know, I guess you go on those apps and, you know, hope to find people that are decent. All right? Because that came up, but actually, in this situation, I think it's like something that it feels like something that you maybe really trying to do. Just because. Just to be able to get a relationship, just, you know, so you have somebody to share, you know, the weekends with, or Friday and Saturday nights with. To be back on the dating scene, maybe? Or get on the dating thing. And I do feel like you have this obstacle around you. You see this Nine of Wands? Now, usually in the traditional deck, there's a guy, and he's like been beaten to hell, but he knows that he's going to stand up for whatever he needs to do, like because he's been through it before. And that's why I feel like when I'm looking at this Two of Cups and this Nine of Wands, I feel like you've been through it before, and you know that, and so that way you're just kind of like, yeah, I've been through it before, I can do it again, and I'm not worried about what's going to happen because I've done it again. I have all the experience, and I know what to expect, and I think I can actually, make it work eventually. Because what this is like, it came up for an obstacle for you to overcome. So maybe you want to avoid feeling like this, like you want to avoid feeling like you're ready for something to happen. Almost like, you're almost like predicting that it's going to happen before it even does. You don't want to feel like that. Like you're not trying to go form another relationship just to have it make you feel like you have to battle it or to guard against it somehow. That's not what you're trying to do. Now we have the Nia Swords. Now this is like, all right, so you got stress and anxiety, and you're maybe having a hard time sleeping. I've actually heard it explained as back pain too. And I guess that's probably for very few of you, or maybe for a lot of you. But I feel like there's definitely something stressing you. And I don't know if it has anything to do with this Two of Cups energy. I mean, it could do with the Nine of, where you feel like you're going to get into something that's going to just disappoint you anyway, but you have your guard up for it already before it even happens. And maybe that just makes you nervous and you kind of got anxiety. Or is there something about this devil theme coming up in the month that's causing you to feel that way? I don't even know which one I used. All right. Nope, not that one. All right, so let's see if we'll clarify and see what we can find out. Let's see, we got the Emperor, and that one is over here as, and this is somebody who makes hard decisions, and they're always trying to do the right thing, but they're very controlling sometimes. And sometimes they're almost overburdening. And I feel like you want to avoid that energy right now. Right now, you don't want to be in control. You don't want to be, almost like barreling over somebody's ideas or thoughts. Because even though there might be hard decisions to make, you don't want to barrel over people. And this Two of Coins, this is almost like something, like you're going to have to juggle things and keep the balls in the air and make sure you get everything done the right way. I feel like you're okay doing that. That's just a matter of something, if you have to do that. So you're going to be juggling home and juggling family, your job, and now possibly a new relationship. And I feel like you'd actually be able to do that. That's not something that you'd have a hard time doing, because if it turns out right, you'd want to do that. So, now the Knight of Wands. This might be somebody that somebody that you could actually look to for support. This could be friendship. This could be a member of your family. Maybe they're really kind of adventurous, and maybe they could be hasty sometimes, but they're real confident. And they could actually be your like cheerleader per se, the male or female, doesn't matter, but just kind of gung ho, yeah, go do it, yeah, we'll get this done, that kind of feeling. And I feel like that might be a bit of support for you, as far as, if you've got any crazy ideas going on, that you could take it to them, and they'd be like, yeah, let's go, let's do that. But as far as making decisions on something, don't use your emotions. Like, this comes up as advice, and it's like, don't use your emotions when you do it. Whatever decisions you're going to make, try to make them with logic. Try to make them with, facts and analysis, almost like all brain power. Because if you use your emotions, you might make decisions that don't actually work out for you in the end, or just because you might miss some things. Because sometimes people go around, I don't want to say this because I don't want to hurt their feelings, or I don't want to act like that, or I don't want to be there and I don't want to do that. But you're trying not to hurt somebody's feelings, which is awesome, but in the end it might not be the best thing for you. So you have to make sure that whatever goes on with this, you got that fun gung-ho person here with you. You got to make sure that you're doing logical stuff, not doing things that are just, okay, yeah, that would just be fun, but just because you don't want to hurt their feelings because you don't want to do it that way, or you don't want to show them you're not wild and crazy like they are, or that kind of thing. All right, let's see what we can find out for the Queen of Cups. All right, we got the Six of Swords. I wonder if you're going to go traveling somewhere. Because the Six of Swords is okay, you're getting out of some kind of, rocky waters somewhere, or, going to someplace that's calmer and maybe less pressure. But it could also be a card of traveling. So you might be doing that too. Let's see, so what about the Devil? I'm curious about him. What's Mr. Devil got here? Oh, the Moon. I feel like there's something going on that you don't really know what's going on. It's there's something to be a little bit nervous about or have a little bit more anxiety about, but you don't exactly know what it is. And I feel like you might, if you're in a situation that you can't get out of, you're not really sure how to. I'm going to pull just one more card just because if that's the situation with this Devil energy, is if you don't know how to get out of it. Let's just see if we could find out anything else. The Nine of Staffs. Wow. All right, that kind of makes sense. So I feel like this might have been something that you've done before, and I don't know if it has to do with drugs, addictions, drinking, smoking, whatever, kind of addiction or situation that you've been in and you've done it before. Because this nine is that Nine of Staffs guy that I was talking about. I feel like you've done it before. And maybe you've actually entered into a situation that it's happening again. And at first you were like, well, yeah, I got this. I've done this. Not a problem. I've done it. But now I feel like you're saying to yourself, I don't know how to get out of this. And I don't know if this is that relationship. I don't know if you're picking into a new relationship that's actually going to put you in that same situation. Let me pull one for the Cups. The Two of Staffs. That looks like you might be planning something, you're trying to decide almost which way to go, what you would want to do. Okay. What kind of decision you would make on top of this relationship, or if you looked at the Three of Wands, or Three of Staffs, that is actually outside of the castle. In the traditional deck, this dude's inside the castle. He hasn't even left his safe harbor yet, so he doesn't even know what's out there. And the Three of Wands, he's out there. He's going to see what's going on. He's thinking about it. This one's thinking about it, but he's not really sure. So it doesn't make me think you're thinking about what you do in a new relationship, or a new friend, or new partner in a situation. So maybe you're just thinking about what steps to take, how to do it. If you're going to go all out and go onto one of those apps, or if you're going to go to a meet and greet somewhere, or just maybe making googly eyes at somebody in a supermarket. Just I think you're just thinking about how you're going to make that happen. So what about this the Nine of Wands. You got the Tower. All right, so my thoughts on this one is like something has come down to you. It might not even be that something's over and it's fallen and shattered and everything like that, but it could be almost an enlightenment of something. Like something you had thinking all this time in your head, and you're thinking it, and all of a sudden it's like, no. So maybe whatever that was, you might have actually pulled back from whatever it is that you were thinking about, realizing that that's exactly what happened the last time. Like maybe this little bit of repeat cycle here going on, and it's exactly what happened the last time, and you don't want that to happen again. So you kind of like put a pin in it, like, okay, maybe I don't want to do that again, or that way. I don't want to do it that way again. It's very interesting. So what about this Nine of Swords? The Death card. Now, as grisly as that sounds, death is actually a really, really good sign of things to change. Because it's about change. That's what death is. You know, you're kind of coming to a conclusion that something doesn't work for you, and it's not going to turn out better by doing the same thing over and over again. So it's like your mind is going through a transformation, and you're like, I don't want to feel like this again. And I feel like you're doing a big change on that. So whatever this was. And I feel like it's like you don't want to repeat a cycle, and maybe it's happened before, it's going to happen again, and so maybe you decided, no, we're just going to change that. So whatever it is that you were going to do, you want to change that, so you don't have to feel like that. And then you got the Ace of Swords. So now you have a whole new inspiration. There's a whole new idea coming out to you. Saying, okay, well, what else is there? How else can I do this? And actually, if you look at this on the flip side, I mean, this could be death coming out on this anxiety and stress because it didn't happen. Because of the same, maybe there was not a repeat cycle. And that's why, death came here, because you changed that cycle early on. So maybe when you did meet up with this person, they're nothing like what happened before, I guess it could be either way. All right, so let's get the Two of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. So you had this new inspiration, and you're looking at, you're doing things, you're balancing things, you're like, okay, I got this, I'm handling this. But I feel like you might be bored at something going on that you actually bored you, or made you feel very dissatisfied. See, on the other deck, this guy has a different face, but I always used to think of him as like just looking so like a little brat. He has like a little brat face. But I just feel like, yeah, maybe you're just so used to doing things your way, and then it came out that either you're incredibly bored doing it, or you're just a little dissatisfied with it. Oh, and it's Eight of Cups. So I'm thinking, all right, so you're just satisfied with something, you're going to move away from it. Even if it's something you put in your hard work and you put in your effort and your time, if it's not making you happy anymore, you wouldn't want to sit around with it. Now, this could be a job, this could be, a business, something that you do. Doesn't actually have to be relationship or love, but it could just be something that you maybe thought was a really good idea, but then turned out, well, not anymore, because we just got bored and you wanted to move away from it and look for something else. Let's see what else we got for the Two of Swords. Two of Cups. All right. So now it looks like after you made this decision based on facts and logic and analysis instead of your heart and they're in your feelings, maybe you did end up being able to find somebody who has the same type of, the same type of wants for like a relationship or a friendship. Well, that's cool. All right, Scorpio, let's pull one of these there cards. These are neat. These are like your aura or your general energy around the month. But, I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, I feel like, if it is starting out kind of rough, I feel like pretty much, you bypass that and like conquer that pretty early on. Oh, magic. Wasn't that nice? Now that one, I know I've looked up before. It's like, in all situations, there is still the possibilities of magic, of friendship and love, and finding where you're supposed to be in life. And that's kind of the feeling that this reading has. It's like even though it looks like you might have almost got stuck into the same cycle over and over again, I think you kind of accomplished getting past it. That would be good. Like magic. Okay. All right, I've dorked out enough. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you can give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, write me a comment. I'd love to hear how it worked out. And I will be seeing you back in August, if not before. Okay, bye-bye.